Today we have our Week 12 predictions, and before we get into that, let me just show you what I did last week. Last week we had, what was this, 14 games, and I went 11-3, so a pretty good record from last week. That does make my final total. Let me see. We are 103-53. We're doing really good this year. Or excuse me, 113-53 actually. But here's where I got wrong. Last week, the Colts beat the Jets. I don't know what's their deal. The Jets are not playing like they should be. Anybody with a brain knows that this team has way more talent than they're acting like they do. They just can't put it together, and I don't even know. They're going to fire everybody. They've already fired the GM. Rodgers probably ain't coming back, whatever. Broncos, Falcons, I thought they were the better team. I don't know what the deal is there. And then I'm not a big fan of the Seahawks. I think it's a division game, though. It goes both ways. They got the best of the Niners this time around, so it really ends up looking like that. That is what happened last week, and I was a pretty good record in predicting that. But either way, let's get into this video. Starting off, we have 6 teams on bye this week. Bengals, Jaguars, Bills, Jets, Falcons, and Saints. And this is what we're looking at for our games this week. So let me move myself here, get that out of the way for you so you can see all of them. We've got a very uneven distribution of games. First off, starting on Thursday Night Football with the Steelers and the Browns tonight. Give me Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a bad record versus Cleveland at Cleveland lately, but the Browns are a lot worse than they have been in the last few years. The Steelers are a lot better than they have been the last few years. Now, granted, the Steelers are better. Better quarterback play than they've had since Ben retired. Better defense that I've seen in a while. A better running game than I've seen in a while. Everything's better here. That would not shock me if they somehow lose to the Browns. It's a division game. It can go both ways, like I've said before, but I don't know. This game just feels a little off. They've won a lot of games so far. They're kind of due for a loss to a point. Short week kind of makes sense in a way. I wouldn't be shocked if Cleveland does pull it off, but I am going to say the Steelers win. Then, going down to the AFC, the Titans playing the Texans. The Titans are pretty bad. They're 2-8. Give me the Texans. They're just kind of getting a bye this whole season. I mean, they're not playing very good football, but their division is absolutely horrible for some reason this year. No team is playing well in their division, really. Colts are kind of picking it up, but either way, just not a good spot to be in for them. Moving on, Dolphins, Patriots. Dolphins have been, okay defensively, and, a couple weeks ago, I predicted that either them or the Jets would kind of put it together and go on a little run and finish the year maybe around 9 or 10 wins. And the Dolphins are positioning themselves to do that and do it very well. The Jets, not so much, but I do have faith that the Dolphins will probably get it done and be around a 10-win team. They might even fight in for the last playoff spot over the Broncos, and they might push them out, but we'll see about all that. But the Dolphins have another easy win kind of set up for them here. It should be at least, it is a divisional game, so that can always change things. Don't get me caught wrong. But it's just, the Patriots are a much worse team than the Dolphins as it stands. Broncos and Raiders. This one's a tough one, man. Broncos have won a lot of games. I'm going to take the Raiders here. I think, you might think, oh, that's, the Raiders have been really bad. The Broncos just beat the tar out of the Falcons. You're absolutely right. That's all the more reason they might lose this game. It's a division game, once again. But at the same time, they have been on a bit of a winning streak. And, they may absolutely throttle the Raiders, but I'm going to take the home team here. The Raiders always get a couple wins every year that are like, how did y'all do that again? And I think this is going to be just happen to be one of them. So, moving on. Ravens, Chargers. This is a big game for both teams. Both teams really need this win. On Monday Night Football, Chargers at home. Lamar did not show up versus Pittsburgh last week, as he normally does not. So, no big shocker there. Could he be looking for a revenge game? Absolutely. The Chargers have been playing pretty good defense. Bend, don't break defense and not allowing a lot of points. This team, they have a pretty good run defense. They got to get their offense clicking a little bit more than it has been, but I think I'm going to have faith in them. I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take the Chargers and push the Ravens down to 7-5. That one I might have to come back to here in a minute, but we'll see. Either way, going into these cross-conference matchups, Lions, Colts, give me the Lions. Don't need to talk about it. Chiefs, Panthers, give me the Chiefs. Don't need to talk about it. Come on now. Both these teams, best couple teams in football. Bad to not great teams. Yeah, just get out of here, dude. Hey, thanks for watching my video so far. I hope you stick around through the rest of this. But while you're here, let me just quickly go ahead and sponsor, shout them out here. This is DUBBY.GG. They are an energy drink company that has some great, here's some of their flavors right here. I've got 4 different flavors right here. These are my favorites. The blue raspberry and the green apple up top are my favorites. The fruit punch and the mystery flavor are both really good, though. This brand, it doesn't really have that energy taste, like, you know, the kind of nasty chemicaliness that a lot of energy drinks do. So I'd advise you to check them out. And maybe you don't want to commit to a massive bucket flavor that costs you like 30 bucks, which is less than most energy drinks if you actually equate it out to the number of drinks you get. Try one of these, the little single serving pouches. This is the blue raspberry, just 1 serving. It's really good, and it doesn't cost you that much to actually get it. You can get that in a shaker cup for like $14, and it comes with like 3 or 4 different flavors to try. So check them out at DUBBY.GG or click the link in the description, and thank you all for watching this video. Getting back into it, the Vikings and the Bears. This is a big game for both teams. The Vikings have kind of been reeling a little bit lately, but the Bears have been reeling a little bit harder. Can they finally put it together in a divisional game and take down a strong division rival? I think it's possible, but I'm not going to take them. I think it'll be a close game. I think they'll fight, and I think the Bears maybe, you know, kind of have an upswing towards the end of the year, but not this time, man. They're just not in a good spot to do it. They have a rough division to play in, to be honest with you. The Packers, they just have a bad record against consistently. The Vikings and the Lions are both really solid this year. Not to say the Packers aren't, but, you know, just kind of where it lies. I just think they're in a bad spot in terms of how many division games they have left and their record. You know, by the end of the season, they might lose most of the rest of their divisional games, but still have a, you know, 7-10 record and think, oh, they were 7-10, that's not so good. But actually, by the way they played at the end of the season, you'll be like, man, they weren't so bad. It just kind of was a bad case, bad time. You know what I'm saying? Either way, Bucks, Giants. Giants demoting Daniel Jones to QB4 or CB6. I don't know. He's playing safety at practice. What are we doing, Giants? Thought you didn't want him to get hurt. You know, what's the excuse this time? This is ridiculous. The Giants' mismanagement. Is Daniel Jones amazing? No, he's not. But honestly, not to stick up for the guy, but, you know, he is pretty bad. Don't get me wrong. But to also, you got to have to give him the fact that he never had a chance, to be quite honest. I mean, the worst receiving core in the league basically since he got to New York. The probably worst O-line in the league since he got to New York. One of the not-so-great defenses. This year they're doing pretty good. They're getting after the passer really well. But they've not been amazing. There's nothing about the Giants that's been good since he's gotten there. So I don't really know what they want him to do about it. But, hey, it's not, you know, it's a little bit too little too late, I think, in that sense. But Bucks are going to take that one. Cowboys, Commanders. You know, you'd think maybe, oh, Dak Prescott and Jaden Daniels, this might be a good game after, you know, looking at it earlier. But now that the Cowboys are playing Cooper Rush, this is probably a bad game for the Commanders. However, it's a divisional game. Cooper Rush has played good football in his career before. Last year when he played, or 2 years ago, whatever it was, he went 5-1 in the starts he had. And he wasn't just getting carried by the team. He was playing really solid ball. I could see a route where the Cowboys do win this game. The Commanders, you know, they are the Commanders after all. They're a team that, as hot as they have been this year, I don't have full faith in them just because they're a young team. They have to kind of, you know, figure out their footing, and they're going to have bad losses here and there. Give me the Cowboys this week, man. I'm going to take a couple upsets here between the Chargers and them. I think I can't do it. I can't do it. The Commanders, not right now. Not with how bad they actually have looked, and Cooper Rush hasn't looked good himself. I just can't do it. Sorry. I tried. Cardinals, Seahawks. Give me the Cardinals. Cardinals kind of running away with this division right now. It's kind of a little scary. You know, who would have thought? Not me. Anyways, Packers and Niners. I just stalled out there mentally. Wow. This is a tough one. It's already snowing up in Lambeau in Green Bay, and that's, you know, not a great sign for the Niners, to be fair. The Niners have not played well this year. They have not beaten a team over 500 this season. Give me the Packers. They are the healthier team. Jordan Love needs to be healthy. I think he will be at least better than, you know, what they have going for him right now. So give me the Packers for this one. And Eagles and Rams. I think this might be Sunday Night Football, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Either way. Oh, yeah, there it is. I forgot you can do that. Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Rams. That's a good game, man. Rams, they need this win really bad. And you know what? I think they're going to get it. The Eagles have won a lot of games, and I'm not saying that this is going to be, you know, a loss for the Eagles. It's going to be a win for the Rams. You know, obviously they're going to get a loss in the column there for the Eagles, but you have to lose some games. You're never going to win them all. It's just not going to happen. And I think this is one the Rams really do need. They're at home. Eagles fans, Don't be worried. You're 8-3. You're still on top of your division, even with the win from Washington. I just think it's time the Rams are going to, this is kind of about the time every year where the Rams start kicking into gear. And if they don't do it this week, and if they do lose and they drop to 5-6, it might be time to watch out for the Rams. See if they're going to free fall or not. Either way, those are my picks this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who would you change? And now for my lock of the week. I could take both of these right here, honestly. No, I'm gonna do something a little different. Give me the Cardinals over the Seahawks to be my lock. No. Actually, give me the Packers over the Niners in my lock of the week. I'm taking them. I'm riding it out with the Green Bay Packers. I don't think there's a chance they lose. Reluctantly, actually. And then my upset of the week. I could go Rams here. I could go Chargers here. Maybe go Cowboys again. Nah. I'm going to go with the Chargers beating the Ravens. And, that's a big win, not only for the Chargers, but also putting the Ravens down in a bit of a hole at 7-5. Getting, further and further away from that Pittsburgh Steelers 9-2 if they win in Cleveland tonight. Either way, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next video.